Then they go to death sentence Siaki through the table with 3D make the save and AMW bail. Bubba says that AMW know nothing about using a table, so he's talked to Larry Z. I think they know something about using a table. I think we've all used tables to some extent in our life.
Also, they're mean brawler guys. They can probably work it out.
Yeah.
In a pro wrestling context.
I think they put people through tables before.
Is WSW just an Impact show?
They do have a lot of Impact guys.
As Kazarian is now coming out.
He's talked to Larry Z, and it'll be AMW versus Team 3D in a tables match at Turning Point, and then they throw the table at... They pick it up and launch it up the ramp at AMW.
It's a good... It's like they're like, we got a gift for you. I was like, goddamn.
Just hurl it.
AMW should have protested and said we should have a handcuff match. Why did they get their favourite weapon and we don't?
Or beer bottle.
Beer bottle match, yeah. They've done that, haven't they?
They have put beer bottles on poles.
Yeah. The beer bottle is, maybe the most perfect pro wrestling weapon. It's visually distinct, it's big, it looks brutal, it's safe as fucking houses.
Yeah, the bump Apollo took where he's, slingshot crossboding over the ropes and Storm just hits him in the head with a beer bottle. It's so good.
I wonder if, Storm did that for, had the idea for that for the first time, was I've made it. I've got the rest of my career right now.
Also, I do appreciate, early in the beer bottle run, I think part of the reason they did the beer bottle like that is because you do it on the outside, the evidence is, already gone. Which they care less about later, about, why is there glass all over the ring?
Yeah. I always what they did last month, where they were it could have been a fan. You don't know that a fan didn't just throw that in the ring.
No proof. December 3rd, Impact AMW are with Terry Taylor. Harris pulls Terry down on the chair next to him and makes a cracking noise, and he's like, what the fuck, you're breaking a furniture, Terry.
You gotta save that for the pape.
They know how to break chairs, not tables.
Exactly.
They're reliving the Team 3D funeral. They're watching it on a monitor. Team 3D used to be the best, but now AMW are, and they're going to beat Team 3 at their own game. Team 3D invented the tables match, but AMW are going to perfect it. And then TNA later notes that 3D aren't there because they're currently wrestling in the Real World Tag League in All Japan, where they beat Akibono and Keiji Muto in the final to win the tournament.
What a team.
There was an issue this past week involving Team 3D. They were scheduled to be a major part of the tapings leading into Turning Point. However, the booking committee did not get word until the day before that they were in Japan for the Real World Tag League. There was a major miscommunication on the issue. They went to Japan and worked the All Japan event, as well as the Cork and Hall the next day. And then Team 3D was said to be told by TNA officials that they were needed for the taping, but given a date of November 22nd. So they left Japan, flew back to America, where there was nobody there at Universal, and then flew back to Japan.
That must be the most annoying thing, to fly all the way back to America, get there, realize there's nothing going on, and alright, guess I'm gonna get back on the plane.
One report not confirmed was that they actually went to Orlando and the building on November 22nd and found nobody there.
That's insane.
And then they were back in All Japan to finish up the tour.
And they did Sasaki and Nakajima.
It's a cool match. As you said, the idea of flying all the way there, getting to Universal Studios, and there just being nobody there is so funny.
Imagine how pissed you would
be. I would
be
be fucking right. And then you have to get on a plane and just go back to Japan.
Yeah. So go deal with Muto.
Our opener of the primetime special, AMW and Jeff Jarrett defeated the Naturals and Jeff Hardy.
The Naturals and Jeff Hardy is a natural tag team, to be fair.
I thought that, I liked this match. It was the classic...
It's like Jeff Hardy teaming with himself from 10 years earlier.
Yeah, and it's just a classic higher energy trios match. It's 8 minutes, guys doing spots. It's exactly what you want out of a TV opener.
And they write off Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, the last time we'll see Jeff Hardy until 2010, because AMW have a table for 3D that says reserved for 3D, but then they 3D Andy Douglas through it, so I'm like, it wasn't reserved for 3D, it was reserved for Andy Douglas.
Maybe it was reserved, but they weren't there, so they had to give the table away. It's restaurant rules.
That is how it works, yes.
You're gonna put the next customer through the table.
My favorite part of this match is Jarrett's hair immediately turns green from the crowd brawling with
envy.
He does fear Jeff Hardy's charisma and connection to an audience.
Imagine how good Jeff Jarrett would be if he had Jeff Hardy's charisma.
This match just might be actually good and compelling. That brings us to Turning Point, in which AMW faced Team 3D in a tables match. Before the match, Team 3D did a promo with franchise being like, we won the Real World Tag League, we'll put AMW through a table, and Bully actually said the word Dudley in it, so he's probably going to copyright Joe.
I kind of love this match. It's goofy.
Because we did talk about how the Genesis match was kind of built around guys not going through tables.
Yeah, and so is this.
And they double down on it in sillier ways here.
But like it should be. This is how a table match should be worked.
Yeah, it is basically the psychology of a tables match where you're like the rules of this one are both members of the team have to go through a table. So it's basically two tables.
If when we get funding and we get to run our shows, I will be doing a tables match where the rules are you can use as many tables as you want.
The classic tables are legal. Yes.
Tables are legal, which is the best version of the tables match.
Where you can do 15 tables bumps.
You're just going to find people crazy enough to do it.
Yeah. So as you said, this match is a little bit silly. Like one of the spots is AMW whips Devon toward the table, but then Bubba spears Devon to like intercept him from going through the table. Bubba goes to superplex Harris through a table. Storm moves it. Storm tries to Frankenstein Bubba through a table. Devon moves it. Walks into a last call. 3D death sentence Storm through a table. Actually ends up giving Storm a stinger. He stretchered out. And then 3D Harris at the top of the ramp through a table for the win. They do show Storm being helped out by security.
What a baby face.
Mm-hmm. Medex tended him after the match and helped him to the back, but the torch reports he suffered a neck stinger. It's not like a great heated pay-per-view match or anything. It's not the best tables match you'll ever see. It's not the best match you'll ever see.
It's a good cooldown for what's about to happen immediately after it.
Yeah, I think this pay-per-view on the whole is pretty well darn paced, because you have the two like big runaway hit matches.
This is probably in the top 5 of TNA pay-per-views so far.
Yeah, the one I was thinking about is probably like Final Resolution, which had like the AMW Team Canada match. It had the Ultimate X.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
And then I was thinking this might be number 2.
Yeah, it's better than Unbreakable. It's better than Sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's better than No Surrender. It's better than Slam. It's better than Hard Justice. Yeah. Better than Lockdown.
It's definitely better than Destination X.
Which is maybe their worst show.
Yeah.
It's better than Against All Odds.
I think I'd put Final Resolution ahead of it. I think I might have it at number 2. Not to reveal our end of year awards, which will come with the January episode. But
it might be better than Final Resolution. But like they're on par with each other, and it peaks higher here.
I'd have to go back and look at the undercard of Final Resolution to be like,
there's some 1s and 3/4 in there, whereas this one is like 3.
Like everything other than the 2 big matches is like 3-2-5-ish.
Yeah, and like the 4 Life Crew thing was like breezy,
and had a good angle for once.
Yeah, so like I don't know, it's a top of contender. Good, we're approaching the ending of the year.
Yeah, as I said, we'll have to do our end of year awards along with the January episode, so we have a few weeks of TV left.
This is and also how appropriate as we're approaching turning point in 2023.